Well, today is September 1st. Just in the midst of condensing these hives over the last couple of days. I think there's currently 25 of them here now. Putting on treatments, pulling off the honey supers. After our first pull we got approximately 950 pounds of honey. Put a bunch of the wet supers back on, just left them, and they've just been filling them with whatever's been blooming, and the goldenrod's just about to take off here, or starting to. So I figure at this point I'll pull the supers off. They can backfill all the nests with the goldenrod honey and pollen, and yeah. So I'm just working on this one over here. I shook it out. Just to give you an idea of the population of these colonies here. So they're doing really well. All the colonies are. All of them except this one here that was in the middle. Was out here the other day, and I was going to pull super off of it, and it's queenless and had probably 30 cells in it, and the bees were just boiling out of it. So what I did is I split it off and took the top box, put it there with cells and honey and half the population, and yeah. So just a little update. Super busy summer. I just haven't been into doing the videos, so anyways, the bees are doing good. Maybe I'll get into one of them here. So I sold a bunch of nukes this year. I had 5 or 6 left. 5, I think, yeah. So I've installed them into these boxes, I don't know, probably a month and a half ago. Once they were ready, these were like my last group of nukes. So they have my own queens in them. And they will be overwintering in a single. Just trying to get them all bulked up here. They've had a decent hatch. Same with over here, and she's got that all laid back out. Starting to backfill with the goldenrod nectar that's finally starting to produce. We've had, last couple of days, we had a pile of rain. This next frame looks like a good one. She's got that all laid out. Good pattern there. It's having a good hatch there as well. There she is right there. Get her in the sun. There you go. my first year grafting. Made up my own grafting rail, and I think it had 24-ish cups on it. And I did all the queens out of a 5-frame mating nuke that I just kept packing and supplementing full of brood and eggs and larvae of different stages around those queen cells. I would usually get out of the 24, I don't know, it wasn't that great. It was, I think the most I had take out of the 24 was 13 one time. And then a couple of those would, you know, end up being duds. But there we go. So I'll get them put back together, and that's that. Well, I know it wasn't much for a video, but just trying to get this stuff done with the time I have after work. It is, I think it's almost 7 o'clock here now. It gets dark quarter after 8, 8:30. Majority of the bees are already home, and they are not happy that I'm in these hives, so it creates a bit of a robbing frenzy too. You can see just a little bit here that I scraped off, and I got a couple of honey supers stacked up over there as well. They're all covered up. They're buzzing around it trying to get to them. Come back after dark and grab those. This is this massive hive here that this had another medium and deep on it, but this thing's always been a monster. It's one of the best honey producers this year. I think well, just in the spring, it did 2 deeps and a medium. And that was with drawing them all out too, because I pretty well used all my deep drawn comb and everything this year to supplement back into the colonies when I took them out to make the nukes. Here's another one of my nukes that didn't sell that I ended up just putting into a 10 frame. Another good one. I've had no issue overwintering singles before, so as long as I can get them heavy enough, they're already, all the singles are all treated. These ones over here, doing pretty good too. This one was a good producer as well. It was a mean sucker, but good producer. Good one there. This is that split that I made off of that guy right there yesterday when there was 2 deeps on it, so I just cut them in half and split all the frames up, because just to see, I mean, it's September 1st today. If I get a queen mated and back, there's still tons of drones, good weather ahead, but if I get a queen mated and come back in one of them, would be good. 2 bonus, whatever. One of my wife's cousin's hives. Another one over here. I had 1 swarm this year, and I don't know if it came from my colonies the day we got the swarm. I went through all of them and didn't find any of them queenless, and there was actually 2 virgin queens in the swarm, so they were up here in this branch right at the end of that one there. I cut off and I shook them down into this deep, and both I used one of the virgin queens for a split, and this virgin queen came back. First swarm I've ever dealt with. I've never caught one before or ever had to deal with one, so but it all worked out. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think I miscounted that, but 24 right here. Okay, yeah, so 24 colonies, and yeah, 5 years ago this was all 2 nukes. So it's gotten a little bit out of hand as far as a hobby level, but yeah, I don't know, bit of an addiction. Guess there's worse addictions, right?